Okay, here's a creek, our first adventure. Should be supposed to be nuggets back in the day on this little creek. Nothing else. It's beautiful in here.
Okay, we're at an old mine site here. Gonna go through some of the tailings. Check out some old equipment here. Apparently we're in Nugget country. But I definitely want to test some of this stuff. Almost always they leave things behind, and there's a whole bunch of larger rocks and bedrock. See up the road there. Bigger boulders, and then it gets pretty much down to bedrock here in this creek. Okay, so these boulders look like they've been stacked by human hands. The creek is here, and their equipment and such is here. If you notice this, it all looks like it's evenly sized. This is likely one of their tailings dumps. But over here in the distance, we have some bedrock. So hopefully there's a chance we can still grab us out a little nugget or something. There's some gold in there. Looks like a pretty natural sluice box. We did a few test pans and looked over some bedrock areas, but we barely found anything. I think what happens in a lot of these creeks is the bedrock and easy nuggets were taken a long time ago by the early prospectors, and then the obvious bench deposits were mined, and these areas are too high up and steep, so that when the spring floods come, a large percentage of the flour gold gets dumped into the lower systems. I wanted to point out too that you can't just traipse around on all this private property, so we do have permission. A lot of people think they're like, oh, here's a secret cabin, so now I have this gold claim, so now I own this secret cabin. It's like, no, that's not how that works. So how many buckets did we do this? About 35 or something? Just finished, and mats are looking really good. This is how it's supposed to look. They're holding on to black sand. They're about 60% full, and there's some in that bottom lip. You can see there is gold in pretty much most of the cells, and it gets progressively less and less. And because there's so much black sand in this area, that's why we threw the extra sluice on here, just because you can see there are a couple flakes of gold down here. So we got the equipment to run more concentrate, so if you have more length, it's always worth it. Pretty nice. You want to hold on to the black sand.
Well, if you lower the water volume, these little half-inch rocks won't roll down. So you just up the volume a little bit, and then they'll roll right down to the bottom.
Yeah, it's a fine balance, but once you get it so that they're retaining gold, holding onto black sand, and the larger rocks are rolling off, then you have it pretty much dialed in. And of course, no gold in the tailings. I just did a huge pan here. It was about half black sand, just thick black sand, not a single speck of gold in there. So that is a system that's dialed in. When you're putting hundreds of dots in, there's zero in the tailings, the rest is in the mats.
Okay, here's October 2nd clean out. I think we ran about 32 pails. Just letting it clean out here a little bit. One big flake there about halfway down. One there. This is about 10 inches up from the bottom. There's one there. I don't see any right in the bottom, but I'm running this so fast to clean it out, less to back down. Okay, I'll clean it up, see what we got.
To infinity and beyond!